Yo, YouTube, is your boy E-Man, back to get another reaction. Today, we got Seated the Champ, Invincible. Beatdowns are brutal. And I always wanted to do that. Has been through a lot of shit. Like, throughout these 4 seasons, it's always been Mark always almost dying. And they just keep adding it layer by layer, season per season. They've just been adding new ways for Mark to almost die. Like, it's crazy. But anyways, before we get into this, subscribe to the channel. Also like this video. Also as well join my Twitch, Discord, and my TikTok in the description below. Anyways, let's get into it.
It has come to my attention that has had some pretty brutal beatdowns. Like, I'm talking blood all over.
Damn, it is crazy. Like, his mom was going on in him more than his actual dad. It was crazy. Damn, I'm like, damn, he must not have a good relationship with his mama.
Over the screen and guts literally getting dug out of.
Like,
so since we're basically at the halfway point of this season, and at the halfway point till we do the first trial of the crispiest Viltrumite in the galaxy, today we're gonna go through some of these brutal beatdowns that have basically broke the internet. So without further ado, alright, so the first ass whooping we're gonna be breaking down is young Omni-Man getting jumped by his parents. Now this
for
right
his
here
18th
basically
birthday
confirmed to everyone, if you didn't think so already, that being born a Viltrumite is probably the worst fate you could ever ask for. Cause this is without a doubt one of the craziest societies of all time.
Yeah, like you really think about it, bro. Like, it must suck to be an adult. Like, you think, you know what, I'm an adult now, I can move out on my own, but then you get beat by your own family. Your family just beats you the fuck up like what, like a gang initiation.
We already knew that these crazy ass niggas had a whole great purge and half of their population was wiped out because of it. But now we learned that the kids weren't even safe. And to become a fully grown adult, you had to survive getting jumped by your parents. Now let's take a look at this scene. Young Omni-Man, aka Nolan, was basically teaching a class to these kids about the history of Viltrum. And he decided to ask this little girl a question about—
that is crazy. When she messed up on that question, I felt like she was about to kill her. I was like, wow, they've killed kids too.
The Great Purge. So she started stuttering and didn't know what to say. So this man, Nolan, walked up to her and put his hand on her head and said, "Think wisely about your answer, little nigga. You know what happens when you get one question wrong, right?" And he was dead ass about to crush her head.
This was strict parents to waste.
You would think that the other kids would be scared for her, but no. They were side-eyeing the hell out of her like, you best not get that question wrong,
I didn't like her anyway,
or you're going split-gat. So thank God she locked in and got the question right. But then I ain't gonna lie, this is
the greatest motivation ever. Death. I feel like all parents should do that. Like, the way our children are now, maybe just putting a gun to their head, maybe that'll make them think right.
The craziest part. Before he dismissed class, he told them, "Go find food and shelter if you can, and return here at sunrise ready for combat." Oh, and I almost forgot.
Fetch us some
at
food.
least 2 of you little niggas will die tomorrow. So you best come locked in or it's your ass. And then they just going with it like, "Sir, yes,
they treat them
sir."
like Spartans.
Dog, this is without a doubt the worst society to ever be born in. They don't even provide their own kids with food and a bed. They gotta find it themselves. The Viltrumites really said, "We don't do that weak ass child support shit. The child can support themselves." So right after Nolan was done teaching his class, both of his parents pulled up on him and straight up looked at him like, "Yeah, you know what today
You're
is,
becoming
young
a man.
It's your birthday, aka initiation day, little nigga." So they full on
this is bar mitzvah right here
and start beating the shit out of him. And bro, you could easily tell that out of both of the parents,
the mom,
this man's mom didn't have an ounce of love for him. The way,
like, it's crazy. The only one who technically loved him was his father. The father actually is putting in more love than the actual mother herself. It's crazy.
She was doing him. She straight up sliced him in the chest and ran her knee into this man's face.
Shit.
And this wasn't even her nastiest shot. She basically charged up this one punch all the way from the ground and put her whole body into it, making him cough up blood.
That is
then while
absurd.
he was stunned and basically out of it, both his mom and his dad
they
just started
jumping
running
him.
his ass down. Nolan could not move. This nigga was stuck in a Marvel
Gang
vs.
tag
Capcom
teams.
3 Infinite Death combo. Then his dad grabbed his head and gave him just a nasty headbutt. And that headbutt ended up leading to a black eye and a broken nose. So while Nolan looked like he was already on half HP, the mama just stared at him and was like, "Nah, nigga, this ain't enough."
Bro, how are you this mad at your kid?
Piece him up some more. Now, while Nolan was getting pieced up by his mama, he was finally able to fight back after having to stomp the ground and kick a stone into his mama's eye, then giving her a well-deserved right hook for being a deadbeat mom. But I want y'all to watch the daddy real quick. While the mom was flying, the dad just slaps her to the side like a fly.
Here I thought it was the dad was a little bit nicer. He don't like his wife. He don't. He's like, shut up, bitch.
These niggas don't even care about their spouses. They just think everyone is just a sack of meat. I wouldn't be surprised if they weren't even married.
Of course,
they probably just
they're trying to
decided to have a
repopulate.
baby to fill the
So it
quota,
makes
and
sense.
that's that. So Nolan rushes his dad down and throws a fist into his hand and starts to choke him. And it looks like the dad was pleased and was ready to end his initiation.
Nah,
but
the
mom
mom-
came back and threw him into the
mom was
stairs.
pissed.
And right when this happened, I knew she was coming back to collect that receipt for her eye getting messed up and also taking out her anger for the daddy slapping her ass to the side.
I would beat his ass too.
Stomping his face in, and when she got tired of stomping him out, she just started grounding.
Shit. Oh shit! Holy fuck! Oh, she was so pissed off from that head. Damn, bro.
And wailing on him. Like, look at this dude, bro. He is done. This fight should be over. He's clearly had enough. But the mom
Get him out
just
there.
continued to beat the ever-living crap out of him.
I
until
know
the
he has
dad
CTE.
finally came over and told her, "Enough, shorty. He's had enough." And this is how you could tell that she really hated Nolan and his dad. Because after she beat the hell out of him, she straight up told them,
"You're as pathetic as he is.
Damn.
I hope to never see either of you again."
Wow.
Not gonna lie, if I heard my own mother say this after she just finished stomping me out and beat me down to 1 HP on my birthday.
Nah, fuck the speech. Fuck whatever she said. She beat me to a pulp. Both are worse regardless.
Hey, I'ma be so real, I might just end it all. Cause I'd be sick to my damn stomach. Now I know why Nolan beat Mark's ass like that in season 1. Because if this was a parenting
Oh, it made sense. It was initiation. You really think about it? The reason why he was beating the nigga up because of initiation. Well, he would have died. He was at least fighting back. He knew that no one was ready. But Mark, nah, he wasn't expecting that.
he was experiencing, then no wonder his parenting skills were ass. And this just reaffirmed to me again that being born a Viltrumite is in all honesty a fate worse than death. Brutality.
All right, what's the next one?
Now that was our appetizer. Now it's time for the main event. The Conquest versus Mark rematch.
This is
now
so
this
brutal.
right here is without a doubt the most brutal fight we've seen yet.
Like, you know it's brutal because there are so many memes of Mark with a plate of spaghetti around. Cause literally this nigga Conquest was literally pulling this nigga's intestine out like smoked sausages. Like, that nigga Mark blocks it in though. I'm not gonna lie, throughout the season, he's been putting in work. Unlike those other seasons where he's just been slacking, this time he locked the fuck in. He locked in and choked that nigga out.
This fight actually had me so disgusted by the end of it that I had to look away. Because I made the horrible mistake of eating my dinner while watching this. And I will probably never eat watching Invincible ever again because of this. So Satan's greatest soldier, Conquest, pulled
came
back up to run the ones with Mark again. And you know, I gotta give a shout out to Cecil real quick for being the biggest dumbass of the century.
Oh my God.
We would not be getting.
Bro, it's so insane because Cecil, why are you bringing these niggas back? Why? Why you just leave the nigga? That's one less body that could have been deleted. But you save the nigga thinking he would help y'all? The nigga, what? Bro, this nigga Cecil make me so mad.
This rematch if bro just did his job and disposed of the body like he should have.
Right.
Like, you really thought this little ass cage was gonna hold this nigga? Like, holy shit, man. This is the most incompetent motherfucker in this damn series, bro. How did this guy get this job again? Like, honest question. Anyways, bro.
He probably did
the
some
first
favors.
person to attack Conquest was the biggest liability on the team, Oliver.
Oh,
so he
no,
flew up
Oliver.
and immediately got a backhand to the face.
Oliver came
that
in the
hit was
clutch,
probably
though.
So
He
hard,
came
it probably
in.
gave Oliver PTSD from when Conquest dribbled him like a basketball.
He
so
came
Oliver
in.
tried to come in and hit him again with a barrage of fast punches, but all this was doing was giving Conquest a massage. Nigga was doing the same
my
shit. Now Oya
God,
was doing
no.
the Maki, just throwing pillows at him.
And,
So
this nigga said, I fought Conquest. No, he did. You survived Conquest. There's a difference.
Conquest grabs Oliver by the head and tells him,
Oh, I remember you. You're the little purple squirt from before. Last I remembered, I was trying to rip your guts out. So let's continue from where we were last time, shall we?
So Conquest starts to crush Oliver's head.
He's about
and
to give him the
pop his
Red
head
Rush
like
treatment.
a balloon. But J. Jonah Jameson himself comes in to save his sorry ass son from getting his head crushed. So Omni-Man and Conquest started to box for a bit. But this nigga Mark immediately flew in and said, hands off,
Okay,
Dad.
Mark.
This fate is mine's and mine's alone. So Conquest looked at Mark and said,
Hey, kid, how's your girlfriend? She doing all right? Oh, I can't wait to taste her fine ass blood one more time.
Now, at that point, you gotta kill him. You gotta kill him. He was talking a little bit crazy. Now, he was talking all kinds of crazy to your girl. I would go ham.
So the moment Mark heard Conquest talking about Eve, he just straight up flew directly at him and started viciously putting hands on this old nigga. Then he started to rain down multiple 6 to 12 elbows right into this man's face.
Nigga.
Now while they continued to box, Oliver was running out of air because he wasn't used to holding his breath in space yet. So he had to fly down to the planet that they were close to so he could re-up on some oxygen. So Conquest saw Oliver flying down and told Mark,
Oh no, we can't let little purple squirt miss all the fun now.
Nah, we can.
So Conquest gives Mark a nasty blow to the gut, then flies down to the planet to chase down Oliver. And this is where we see.
No, this nigga hate Oliver for no reason, gang. He hates this little kid so much. Bro, the pose when the nigga was doing, he about to smack the hell out of Oliver's head.
One of the most diabolical he's behind me isn't he frames of all time. Conquest pulled up right behind Oliver, hand cocked back and everything, looking like he's about to swat the half cockroach out of Oliver's soul. But Mark comes in to save Oliver right before he gets chased down, blocked by Conquest. So Mark's grand plan was to basically choke the life out of Conquest. This nigga was not gonna let go of the chokehold he had him in for the rest of the fight. He was fully committed to choking his ass out. So since Mark wouldn't let go, Conquest just started giving Mark multiple body
and he's
shots.
still holding.
Bro was taking about 50 punches to his liver and 50 punches to his kidney,
Niggas said,
while
I've
they
been
were
through
just
this
flying
shit.
around the planet and ragdolling themselves into the environment. So when they ended up slamming into the ground, Mark had the top mount, and it looks like he was trying to crush Conquest's neck and drive his whole body into the ground. But then Conquest lifted Mark up and
You know what I thought? He should have just headbutted him again. I know it's crazy for him to say, but he was damn near he was about to die. But Cecil's ass just revived him. So really headbutting him probably would have been the best option.
slammed him into the ground, reversing the whole situation.
At least
so Conquest started giving Mark more kidney shots and liver shots. Then he started decking him in the face and bouncing his skull off the ground. But Mark was still hanging on to Conquest's neck while taking this beating. Like I said earlier, this nigga Mark was committed to choking the life out of Conquest's old ass. So Conquest picked up Mark and rammed him into this mountain. And he started to wail on Mark, just swinging punches into him over and over again. And I ain't gonna lie, this next sequence of punches Conquest did gave me back pain while watching this. He hit him with this 3-piece, and the last punch was so hard it warped his back. This man's rib cage just got eviscerated, and he may never walk straight ever again because it looks like his spine just got snapped in half right here.
Bro, the dedication that Mark had to hold this nigga while he's choking him is insane. He didn't like, no matter how much damage he gone through, he is still holding on to dear life just to kill this nigga.
So they kept on ramming each other into all the surrounding rocks and mountains. And when they finally stopped, you can actually see the damage that Mark has done to Conquest, because his face was now discolored and his eyes were bloodshot red because he hasn't been able to breathe at all because of Mark's persistent ass chokehold. Now this is when the fight just got nasty as hell, and the brutality just
was
ramped up to
desperate now.
another degree. Conquest had his nasty ass hand all up in Mark's face. So Mark turned damn near feral and bit this man's thumb off. And then after he bit his thumb off, he stood Conquest up, and you get this shot from Conquest's POV. You see this nigga Mark straight up spit his thumb out while making eye contact with him.
This nigga Mark, bro, it's like, finally, after all these seasons of just almost catching L's or just catching L's in general, this is one of the moments I was like, damn, I'm proud of this nigga, bro. I'm so proud of this nigga, bro. This just makes me so happy.
Whole time, he didn't even say a word, but you could tell what he was thinking just by the look he was giving him. Just straight up, I hate you, nigga, let's die. So since Conquest was being pushed back, he had to use his ultimate move. The same one that sent Eve back to the lobby before she respawned. He rams his whole hand into Mark's body. Now, this attack would probably end about 99.9% of people if they were hit by this. But Mark, being the main character, empowering through this shit with the power of plot armor, kept on choking Conquest. Pause and look at Conquest's face right now. This man is actually stunned. You can actually see a little bit of fear on his face, because he is now starting to realize that Mark actually got that dog in him. So Mark slams him down and continues to choke the life out of Conquest. Now we're at the moment where I had to stop eating my dinner while watching this, because this was the most disturbing and disgusting shit I think I've ever seen in an animated show. Conquest started to dig in this man's insides and rip out all of his internal organs and intestines. Now, I'm censoring the hell out of this because YouTube would eviscerate this video and send it to the Shadow Realm if I actually showed this. Also, if you're eating while watching this, I'm saving your ass right now, because you could have ended up like me. My appetite was cooked after this, and I did not hit my protein goals that day. My gains were not achieved because of this shit. But this goes on for like a solid minute. Mark was just screaming in pain while Conquest was running out of air.
And that nigga was like, wow, you digging in the... Huh? Damn, he was digging into Mark's intestines like, fuck, nigga.
And trying to dig Mark's insides out. But finally, after what felt like ages, the lights finally go out for Conquest. And Mark slayed Satan's greatest soldier for a second time.
And Cecil's not there to ruin it.
Now I gotta stand up and give Mark his flowers. Because I won't lie, I give this man a hard time due to him getting his ass whooped and being left in critical condition in nearly 80 to 90% of his fight.
Don't the cute part is experience, because he experienced live Viltrumites. I mean, not live, but like at least more than one Viltrumite. He's experienced it all. Now he's finally locked in. He's like, he's now in that moment where like, I gotta lock in. I gotta get that dog in me.
But right here, I'll admit that Mark got that dog in him, because this was his best performance yet, even though he's in critical condition again. But I just know one thing for sure. When they get back to Earth, Cecil's ass better be getting stomped out, because you're not about to get away with this shit, nigga.
2 old people need to die now.
Brutality.
Damn.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, will be the end of our little brutal beatdown special. And if you are wondering, yes, this is the old series that I used to do on TikTok that I'm 9 times out of 10 probably gonna bring back. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoy, like and subscribe and all that good stuff. And I will see y'all again at the end of the month for the trial of the crispiest Viltrumite in the galaxy.
Oh, drag, bro. Oh my god, bro. Again, bro, CJ always delivers, man. CJ always delivers. Man, this could have been a whole comp of just shit that Invincible has been through, like all over the series, gang. But that be video, CJ. Thank y'all for watching.